We didn't expect something this big to come out on a random Monday night, but the allegations Katt Williams made about Ellen DeGeneres might be the biggest. There has always been a question people in Hollywood avoided answering. How did someone who always said, "be kind," end up being described by some people as strict, cold, or even hard to work with behind the scenes? That question often came up when talking about Ellen DeGeneres. On TV, she seemed happy all the time, smiling, dancing, and making people laugh. But off-camera, some stories said things were different. For almost 20 years, she was one of the biggest names in daytime TV. The Ellen DeGeneres Show became extremely popular in the United States. Big celebrities wanted to appear on it, and millions of viewers watched every day. Her main message was simple: be kind to one another. But when the show suddenly ended, more rumors and discussions started to spread about what things were like behind the scenes. This is also where people began linking the situation to comments made over the years by comedian Katt Williams. Katt Williams has never been someone who stays quiet or plays it safe. While many others avoid speaking out to protect their careers, he speaks openly about what he believes. He has said that Hollywood is not what it seems on the surface. In his opinion, things behind the scenes are very different and much more negative when the cameras are off.
At least if you're in the ATL and a nigga doing drugs in the ATL, the nigga at least excuse himself, go to the bathroom or some shit. Niggas in Hollywood just do the drugs right in front of you and act like ain't shit happened. You in the middle of a goddamn meeting. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the movie with you, and then we're gonna go back. Did you know that I can see you? Nigga, you right there. It's on your nose, nigga. What? Motherfuckers be gay in Hollywood, you never expected. They be having these big ass mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited in a motherfucker to be at the mansion party. You be looking at all the goddamn rooms, and you fuck around and look in the wrong room and shit. Come here, come here. Is that two niggas kissing? Is one of them niggas Professor Ovi? He came out the closet. He came out the closet. Oh my God.
He said the smiles, kindness, and perfect image in Hollywood are often just part of a performance. So when reports about problems in the workplace around Ellen DeGeneres came out, some people started thinking differently and remembered what Katt Williams had said. But Ellen didn't start out famous. She was born on January 26, 1958, in Louisiana. Before fame, she lived a normal life, worked regular jobs, and was still figuring out her future. In the early 1980s, she began doing stand-up comedy in small clubs, performing late at night for small audiences. Then in 1986, everything changed when she appeared on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. After her performance, Johnny Carson invited her to sit on the couch, which was a big honor and meant she had officially made it in comedy.
This is a good night for a young comedian to appear because you're all in a great mood. This is her first appearance on network television, although she can be seen this month on HBO's Young Comedian Special. And she's working at the Improvisation in San Diego this weekend. She'll be at the San Francisco Punchline the 3rd through the 6th of December, and at the Dallas Improv December the 9th through the 6th to 14th. Would you welcome Ellen DeGeneres? Ellen?
Thank you. Hi. Good. You feeling good? Me too. Feel great. I've been keeping in shape lately, you know. You have to. I'm getting older. I'm 27. People say, you don't look 27. You look like you're about 23. I'm lucky because that runs in my family. My grandmother is 97. She looks about 93. Yeah. Have a little nephew who's 4. Doesn't even look like he's born yet. Tiny embryo of a thing. That's great. That whole fitness thing runs in my family, though, I think. That my grandmother started walking 5 miles a day when she was 60. She's 97 today, and we don't know where the hell she is. I'm kidding. We know where she is. She's in prison. But, I'm kidding again. I kid a lot because I'm a comedian.
From there, her career grew quickly. In the 1990s, Ellen made her a well-known TV star. Then in 1997, she made a bold decision and told the world she was gay, which was a very big and risky step in Hollywood at that time. Soon after, her show was canceled, and some networks stopped working with her. For a while, it seemed like her career might be over, but she eventually made a comeback. In 2003, she launched The Ellen DeGeneres Show. This time, she built a very clear public image of being positive, kind, and full of good energy. At the end of each episode, she would repeat the message, "Be kind to one another," which became her signature line and brand. The show became a huge success, running for thousands of episodes, winning many awards, and making her one of the most powerful people in television. However, behind the scenes, a different picture began to appear. Some former employees spoke out and described the workplace as stressful and uncomfortable. One early staff member claimed they were told not to talk to her or even look directly at her. Others said they often felt nervous and like they had to be very careful about everything they did.
Pitch in her wheelhouse, then she looked at you like you had just fucking stabbed her puppy. And then there was this process of pushing people out of the circle. And you want to be in the circle because there's a lot of fear going on.
Yeah.
And you're in or out. So there's a lot of it didn't really bother me that much because I'd written on a lot of shows before and I kind of knew what it was like to have tough bosses.
Yeah.
I wrote for Bill Maher.
Sure.
And so I was just tough enough, but then there was these first-time writers they used to cry. There was a lot of crying in the hallways.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just feels like it's not a good energy for a workplace or a show. I feel like you're getting less out of people by treating them like that.
I think so. Yeah, for sure. I think in the long run, I think in the short run you might get more, but in the long run people get exhausted. You break them. They can't. And then you hit sweeps, which is like you're working 12, 14-hour days because it's like the ratings months and then nobody can give anything, and you just hit walls.
This former waitress claims she was threatened with a 2-week suspension after Ellen DeGeneres complained about, of all things, her chipped fingernail polish.
I remember just being like, really?
Chris Farris says it happened when Ellen and Portia de Rossi had Sunday brunch at the high-end vegan restaurant in West Hollywood where she was waiting tables. But a week later, Farris says her boss got an email from the talk show queen.
They were like, we have to talk to you. She emailed the owner of the restaurant and complained about your chip nail polish.
What?
And I was like, what?
Farris says in a bid to placate the high-profile celebrity, her boss hit her with a 2-week suspension at no pay. She got so upset, she quit.
They were going to suspend me if I hadn't quit for the 2 weeks.
What would you say to Ellen?
I would say, what is happening in your life that you aren't already busy with the bountiful grace that's happening to your wealth, your influence? Why do you have the time to mess with someone who was just serving you?
Do you look at Ellen differently now because of that incident?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, before this, I was a huge fan.
Like many waitresses in L.A., Farrah is also an actress and does stand-up comedy.
I don't want to name any names.
The waitress's story is just the latest blow for Ellen, who faces accusations of turning a blind eye to a toxic work culture at her talk show, despite her public reputation for being kind to people.
Be kind to one another. I felt mostly just sad that Ellen is so rich and powerful and a female comedian would take her time to hurt someone who she probably guesses is somewhat of a starving artist. I have seen some of the celebrities who came out and been like, well, she was never rude to me. And I'll be like, yeah, you're a rich, powerful celebrity. Well, she wasn't rude to you, I get it. But you aren't someone who's working underneath her.
One producer claimed that Ellen DeGeneres was aware of how some staff were being treated, but chose not to step in. According to that account, another person would act harsh or yell at employees while she stayed back and laughed. This made people feel like her on-screen personality didn't always match what others experienced behind the scenes. After this, old interview clips started circulating again. In one, she kept pressing singer Taylor Swift about her dating life, even though Taylor seemed uncomfortable and did not want to talk about it. In another moment, actress Dakota Johnson corrected her live on air about not being invited to a party, which made the exchange awkward and drew attention online. One of the most talked about moments involved singer Mariah Carey. During an interview, Ellen joked about pregnancy rumors and brought out drinks, encouraging Mariah to take a sip to prove she wasn't pregnant. Mariah appeared uncomfortable, but eventually went along with it.
We both really know now that Miss Ellen, not as nice as she portrayed on TV. Now, the most awkward, uncomfortable, and borderline unethical interview that Ellen did has to be Mariah Carey. Make sure you watch my pop culture paint lesson about Dakota and Ellen to get all of the tea. Mariah Carey was on the Ellen Degeneres show in 2008, and Ellen obviously has to pry and bring up the pregnancy rumors that were circulating at the time. She didn't just do that, though. In order to pressure an answer out of her, she made her drink champagne live on TV.
That people are saying that that you're pregnant. There's rumors.
Don't discuss that.
All right. Well, you don't have to.
No, that's okay. No, honestly,
you don't have to answer me. Let's just toast with champagne and decide.
But they've been saying that since we. I can't believe you did this to me, Ellen.
What? No.
Are you trying?
I'm not going to ask you if you're pregnant or not. I'm
peer
just
pressure.
Say.
You see what Ellen is doing? This is peer pressure.
No. Let's toast to you not being pregnant. If you're not pregnant, then we should.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe her. Why would we toast to that?
You're pregnant. You're pregnant. You are pregnant.
Mariah didn't want to release that she was pregnant yet because she has had a history of having miscarriages, and it was way too early on. Shortly after the interview, Mariah suffered a miscarriage. She talks all about this in some interviews from 2020 and her book that came out, but that's honestly a very evil thing for someone like Ellen to do with her platform. And Mariah continuously brings up that how uncomfortable that moment made her. Whether or not it was real champagne doesn't really matter. It's the fact that she was pressuring her into answering on live